some time, some space. Be willing to do a bit of elbow grease, not look for only 4s and 6s.
The thing about George Linder, he's tall, he delivers from a high arm action, he doesn't have to give the ball too much flight, he's got some pretty good pace through the air as well, doesn't have to float it up there. That last delivery at 94 k's per hour.
It's a beautiful bowling action, really is a classical left arm spinning action. Tall, very elegant at the crease.
No run off the last. So 3 runs only off the first over.
The other thing that you get...
डैंड्रफ वापस आ गया तो शैम्पू बदलना छोड़ो, हेड एंड शोल्डर्स का बकायदा इस्तेमाल करें। खुश्की के जम पर असर 100% तक खुश्की मिटाए और लौटने से रोके, कंधे से बोझ हटा दे। हेड एंड शोल्डर्स।
Life का switch on.
Garriant fully synthetic motor oil for engines to outperform.
क्यों है ये दाग इतने इम्पॉसिबल?
लेकिन अब एरियल करेगा सब पॉसिबल।
एरियल में शामिल माइक्रो स्क्रबर की पाती दागों का सफाया सिर्फ एक धुलाई में।
Bjorn Hendricks. Oh, that's a misfield. That's the second time, actually. Unforced error in the last game as well at the Wanderers.
It's never intended, but ask the bowler. It's a mood dampener, clearly. Hazy, why you no excuse?
No, not at this level. You've got to stop these unforced errors. You've got to stop them. Oh, he shies of the stumps now. That was unnecessary as well. It's flying around all over the place. And look at Babar Azam here just backing up. Now, if I was the bowler, there is no doubt first up, I would give a warning. If I did it the second time, then I would certainly ask the question.
Wrong, Hazy.
Settle Remis. Big shout. But I would suggest that there getting advantage of how much, Remis? He's backing up.
Tell the umpire what he needs to do. I think the laws suggest that you warn the player politely and everything should be according to the spirit of the game. And I've always felt that man-cutting somebody is anti-spirit of the game, full stop. Majority of people may not agree with my viewpoint, but that is how I see the man-cutting bit.
Side the stumps. Would have been pretty tight by the reaction from the South Africans.
What is happening right now is Pakistan chase, which is not a bad ploy at all because they're not getting 4s and 6s, but there's some energy between the crease, and had that hit directly would have been...
Oh, that's made a nice noise off the bat. Hasn't gone quite as far as you would have liked. They're going to scramble back for the second. It's all a bit frenetic out there at the moment.
Hits it in the air. Will that be safe?
A magnificent performance. Life का switch on.
जिंदगी की हर कहानी और हर घर का हिस्सा है पाक फैन जिद्दत के 75 साल
जो कोई नहीं कर सकता। कपड़ों की तह में जाके सब सूखे दाग भी खींच निकाले। सर्फ एक्सेल दागों का चैंपियन।
And Babar Azam backing away and slapping.
You know that he's going to go over cover. In this over, is going to make it a point, really. that he's going to take that option, and it will not be a bad option. If he can pull it off, it will look glorious.
Good shot. That's very nicely played, and that's 4 runs. That's a good start to the over. Bound off the second ball.
See, the moment you use your feet against spin, you're really well done by Babar Azam. Played the straighter angle of the ball and got it through wide mid-on, which is a difficult angle to create. So, good 4 runs. Confidence booster should be.
That's snuck nearly under the bat, but he's gotten away for a boundary. That's all that's going to matter in the end. Third ball goes for 4. Second ball goes for a 4.
It's a very unkind, unfair game at times, and Linda will be again, come down the crease, come down the track. It's how and when you come out of the crease, when the ball is still in the air. That is the best time, when you walk out of the crease.
It's K's Brow. 8 runs, halfway through. A bit leg side.
That's a good line to bowl to Babar Azam, because he's not a natural sweeper of the ball, so you have some respite. They're more a mid-on player of the blade or a mid-wicket pusher than a sweeper.
Catch it, Rashi, catch it.
Oh, that's made a nice noise. That's gone a long way for 6. That is a very good shot indeed. Big over this one.
What a beauty that is from Rizwan. In the slot, and he plays the sweep shot. He plays the mid-wicket slog sweep as well. Covered the stumps and bang, right out of the middle of the bat. 15 runs from the over. A very good one for Pakistan. From the sweet spot of the blade.
George's got his see over him, eh? So do I. Tell him over him. Up here.
Changing the field. Long off, coming to a standard mid-off position and protection on the leg side.
I think that mock rehearsal worked for South Africa, because Rizwan was once again looking to cover the stumps and tee off over mid-wicket.
Ball, Georgie.
Single off the last ball. That's a really good over for Pakistan. 16 from it. 27 for none now.
Service Tires, आला quality imported polymers से बने जबरदस्त नाइट्रेट डिजाइन्स.
Great service जैसी तो फिक्र कैसी?
Mario's pasta है फन से भरा.
पैंटीन, जिसमें है चावलों का पानी और प्रो विटामिन फॉर्मूला, जो हेयर फॉल कम करे सिर्फ 14 दिन में. पैंटीन, बाल गिरे कम तो खुले ज्यादा.
ये दिलकश रंग जमेंगे, सब मंजर हमसे सजेंगे, हम वादा
Diamond Paints, Pakistan's #1 paint.
ट्विस्टर के ऑरेंज फ्लेवर से मिले मस्ती को नया ट्विस्ट. अब बहुत से
Top 3. They're going to be the key batsmen for Pakistan. They got the guys that are going to have to get close, I think, with this.
Yes, the principles remain the same for any run chase. So you lay out an established platform, wickets in hand. The first 6 overs should mean a great deal to you. So if they can get to maybe 60 odd in the first 6 overs for the loss of a wicket or 2, Pakistan would feel comfortable, not out of touch.
They've done so well so far. The original rate required they needed to go at was 10.2. They've got out T20 cricket. You've got to make sure you stay with that right from the first over pretty much. Can't allow more than, say, 3 overs to be sluggish in the first 10. Otherwise, there's too much to catch up. That's played. Third ball, the over goes for 4.
Yeah, don't underestimate the brilliance of Rizwan. He may not be a 6-footer, but boy, he can bat. It's a game of expressions. Some tight ones, some relaxed. That is what T20I gives the viewers. A lot of drama and theatre.
That's going to be another boundary.
Yeah, he's a dream wash through the offside. A classical cover driver and just breaking his wrist at the last time to use the angle and played it late. Beautiful shot that is. Classical in style. He's playing T20Is, but you know that there'll be some orthodox batting of high pedigree and quality from Babar Azam in the first 6 overs.
He's just a pure player. That's what I like about him. It's over now and still 1 ball remaining. Beautifully played. Not many players in the world can play a delivery at 137 k's per hour that late. That is superb. 15 off the over, 42 for none.
Fully synthetic motor oil for engines to outperform.
जिंदगी की हर कहानी और हर घर का हिस्सा है पाक फैन जिद्दत के 75 साल
जो कोई नहीं कर टेक्नोलॉजी कपड़ों की तह में जाके सब सूखे दाग भी खींच निकाले। सर्फ एक्सेल दागों का चैंपियन। जायका ऐसा कि दिल कहे ओ फूड सो हेल्दी सो गुड।
Alnoor Orchard presents West 333-987, a project of Al Jaleel developers.
Williams is one who bowls the death. Will take a lot of confidence from that second performance. And it's likely they're going to do a good job of the death again in this game, in these conditions, where they can bowl the odd off-cutter. So Williams it is. I read something really nice about Lazard Williams this morning. Just after we had breakfast, Ramesh, I went back to my room and, as you know, I spent a few hours studying. An article from Lazard Williams at the top of his bowling run-up. A lot of guys would normally put LW, L for Lazard and W for Williams. Apparently every single time he writes thank you. But that's all about the fact that he's got this opportunity to represent the province first and now South Africa. Does it for his province also.
An individual who wears his heart on the sleeve. Very emotional. You want to have such a character-hearted cricketer. Still early in the day for us really to lively. He's bouncy. He wants to be engaged, involved.
He's like someone who's got a bit of fire about them.
2 shots that Babar Azam plays so well. That cover drive. Now, he gets into almost a slog-like position, clears the front leg, but same position of the front foot, he can play the the pull shot or the mid-wicket shot. He's got his own style and looks $1 million touch.
It's good work from Williams.
3 dots can put Pakistan under pressure. Importantly, it'll break the rhythm because they have rhythm in this opening partnership. Babar Azam's 200 strike rate has dropped down to 1. Looking for a thank you here.
It's worked away, trying to get that the Yorker underneath the bat. It's all pretty tight at the moment. Not too much in it, just 2 runs in it to Pakistan at South Africa actually at this stage. It's going to be Sean Pollock and Pommy Mbangwa going to be taking up at the start of the next over.
A very good over. Just 4 runs of the first 5 balls. So this is a big ball here for Pakistan and for Williams.
That's really nicely bowled by Williams. That is top work. Really good work. 4 off the over. 5 overs gone. 46 for none it is.
डैंड्रफ वापस आ गया तो शैम्पू बदलना छोड़ो, हेड एंड शोल्डर्स का बकायदा इस्तेमाल करें। खुश्की के जम पर असर 100% तक खुश्की मिटाए और लौटने से रोके, कंधे से बोझ हटा दे। हेड एंड शोल्डर्स।
क्यों है ये दाग इतने इम्पॉसिबल?
लेकिन अब एरियल करेगा सब पॉसिबल।
एरियल में शामिल माइक्रो स्क्रबर की पावर कॉलर्स के जिद्दी दागों का सफाया सिर्फ एक धुलाई में।
सर्विस टायर्स आला क्वालिटी इंपोर्टेड पॉलीमर से बने जबरदस्त नाइट्रेट डिजाइन।
ग्रिप सर्विस जैसी तो फिक्र कैसी।
जिंदगी की हर कहानी और हर घर का हिस्सा है पाक फैन जिद्दत के 75 साल।
सब मंजिल हमसे सजेंगे, हम यूं ही आगे बढ़ेंगे।
इस सफर पे हमारे हम कदम रहने पे डायमंड पेंट्स, पाकिस्तान's #1 paint.
Have sufficiently put South Africa under pressure, and they must respond. Is Buren Hendricks is on 2 overs and gone none for 22, so needs to improve his outing. Banged away, and away it goes onto the bank.
Yeah, it sounded like something went wrong with the bat there, Tommy. It wasn't like one of those bazooka sounds you hear when the guys tend to mid-lift, so he's probably broken it, and that's the reason why the 12th man's charged onto the field. They've got off to a good start, Pakistan, 52 without loss. They were 46 off the first 5 overs. I thought South Africa was superb, and they got to 52. So it's pretty much even Stevens, both teams not having lost a wicket at this stage, and that's always danger signs because it tends to mean that batsmen coming to the crease can just play with gay abandon.
Hand on it, but it'll go for 4. It's so well played. No slip in place. The minimum of risk, really. And he's got it in the gap he's after.
Yeah, it's a real awareness here. You've banged the last delivery out the ground, and you're thinking, what's the bowler going to be contemplating? He just wants to hit a good length, and he does so. Perfect length. You still manage to get it away to the boundary. No relief. Pressure stays on. After 2 deliveries, you've gone for 10 as a bowler.
And you're going at 11s before the start of the over. So you're struggling to come back. You only come back really if you're Buren Hendricks from this point. You're fetching. Can you pull out one that gets a wicket? They need to break this partnership to South Africa because it's going along all too easily for Pakistan. Also have to believe that when they take a wicket that things can and will change in terms of a new batsman coming in and having to start. Up in the air and all the way. 6 runs.
If you have a look at the movement of Rizwan before this delivery is bowled, he shimmies across onto the off stump. The reason for that is he knows that if any width is offered up, there's no one behind square on the offside, and if it's too straight, he can try and get it behind square. Don't get me wrong, I think the bounce and the pace have done for him just a touch. But I think the intent was still to try and get it behind square. Takes the top edge. He was looking for a rolled wrist 4, and he'll take the bonus of a 6, 17 from 4 deliveries. And this power rate power play has proved to be very beneficial and fruitful for Pakistan.
With the slower one that time, and it's just a single. Yeah, it's been tough work, really has been, by Pakistan to come and put the pressure on. No real option. You don't want to start too slowly in a chase of a score that's more than 200. But when you do come out and press, sometimes things go wrong. It's been wonderful for them that nothing has, and both players, both ends, are going at South Africa's bowlers and coming off. Dot to finish. Power 8 power play done. 64 without loss.
Hits it in the air. Will that be safe? What a magnificent performance.
Life का switch on.
जो कोई नहीं कर सकता वही तो चैंपियन करता है। नया बेहतर सर्फ एक्सेल, इसकी स्टेन लिफ्टर टेक्नोलॉजी कपड़ों की तह में जाके सब सूखे दाग भी खींच निकाले। सर्फ एक्सेल, दागों का चैंपियन।
Garriant fully synthetic motor oil for engines to outperform.
सर्विस टायर्स आला क्वालिटी इंपोर्टेड पॉलीमर्स से बने जबरदस्त नाइट्रेट डिजाइन्स।
ग्रिप सर्विस जैसी तो फिक्र कैसी।
Mario's पास्ता, Mario's पास्ता है फन से भरा। ये दिलकश रंग जमेंगे, सब मंजर हमसे सजेंगे, हम वादा।
Diamond Paints, Pakistan's #1 paint.
Part.
Pami, talk about winning this part, and for me, I was a little bit disappointed Pakistan didn't decide to stick with Usman Khadir, because I feel like in the middle overs he could have had an impact. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Shamsi, because he's often the one who comes into the attack now. Probably see him from the Hennips River end in the next over, to see the impact he can have on the scoring rate and whether he can pick up a wicket, as he so often does with the wrist spinner in the middle.
Shot. Oh yes, that's a top shot. Timing, yes. Placement, yes. But he makes the shot. Depth in the crease as he plays it. Oh my goodness.
Words come to mind, and I don't know if I should mention it, because Hazy's the one who normally mentions this, but he's a bit of a surgeon, isn't he? He does dissect this field and do it with absolute confidence and control.
Thing is with that ball, that wasn't short. He just decided that's where his gap was, and he had to figure out how to get the ball there. And he's gone with one that's not particularly short and managed to cut it and get it in the gap. Oh, well played.
Dot delivery. So I think that also what you've got to try and do these days is try and pick up trends. For me, it's going to be interesting to see, but normally dot ball against a spinner means Rizwan goes to the sweep shot. Does he go this occasion, and can Linda adjust? No. Maybe too full. Maybe he might have been thinking that, but it was angled in with a bit more pace. And 25 kilometers per hour, so a quicker delivery.
You think what's winning the game in terms of what run rate you go at? Less than 10, you're going fantastically. If you can go less than 8, you're doing a big job.
Ball, Georgie.
ate that over. In the context, that's okay. 72.
सर्विस टायर्स आला क्वालिटी इंपोर्टेड पॉलीमर से बने जबरदस्त नए ट्रेड डिजाइन्स।
ग्रिप सर्विस जैसी तो फिक्र कैसी।
पैंटीन, जिसमें है चावलों का पानी और प्रो विटामिन फॉर्मूला जो हेयर फॉल कम करे सिर्फ 14 दिन में। पैंटीन, बाल गिरे कम तो खुले ज्यादा।
जिंदगी की हर कहानी और हर घर का हिस्सा है पाक फैन, जिद्दत के 75 साल।
सर्विस टायर्स आला क्वालिटी इंपोर्टेड पॉलीमर से बने जबरदस्त नए ट्रेड डिजाइन्स।
ग्रिप सर्विस जैसी तो फिक्र कैसी।
Different options, the mystery of Shamsi that make an impact on this game, or is it just a good surface? The batsmen can sort of pick their spots. Contributions 40 and 31. Over Azam's been striking at 109 to Brisbane, just a mere 147.
It's in the gap. Lots to do for the sweeper. They'll stop it going to the fence. They'll pick up a couple. He's quite lucky there, Tabrez Shamsi. It's a drag down first up.
Yeah, he gets away with it compared to what Azam's done to the rest of the bowling attack. It was a bit of a gift, but didn't pick his spot.
Another couple. Has to be on it. He has to be on it if South Africa are going to break the game open here. They need him desperately, South Africa.
Yeah, that's another drag down. That one could have got onto the bank. So he's just trying to settle in. He's got away with two. He needs to find that delivery. What does he go to? The quicker one, just to try and find his length. 15 love.
Back up.
Top spin straight down the line. It's also interesting about who you bowl those deliveries to, because Rizwan, on the other hand, is when he gets the drag down, he doesn't look to roll the wrists. He's one of those ones who wants to put it onto the bank. He tends to go up and over rather than try and hit it on the ground.
Get in. Lovely sauce.
Yeah, that's nicely played. There's two men behind square on the offside, so there's a little gap at short mid-wicket. And he knows, even if he's not picking it or the length is pretty okay, work it there, knowing that it's in the gap and it'll go all the way to the boundary and there's a chance for them to get back for two. Good running to go with it. Thinking of it again, but he hasn't got it wide enough this time.
Let's go.
That's an over of 9. That's sort of par for both teams at this stage. 81 without loss.
मचा दे धूम।
जो कोई नहीं कर सकता वही तो चैंपियन करता है। नया बेहतर सर्फ एक्सेल, इसकी स्टेन लिफ्टर टेक्नोलॉजी कपड़ों की तह में जाके सब सूखे दाग भी खींच निकाले। सर्फ एक्सेल, दागों का चैंपियन।
जायका ऐसा कि दिल कहे ओ फूड सो हेल्दी सो गुड।
सर्विस टायर्स आला क्वालिटी इंपोर्टेड पॉलीमर से बने जबरदस्त नए ट्रेड डिजाइन्स।
ग्रिप सर्विस जैसी तो फिक्र कैसी।
Linder into his last over.
He searches for that gap and finds it again, surgically again, and once again Babar Azam goes to 50. Wonderful player. 52 from just 27 balls. His team in a big chase here, and is leading from the front.
I would say, having watched a bit of the one-day series and also this T20, a lot of the spinners have made the mistake of dragging balls down in this series. But George Linder in particular, because of his height and the fact that he bowls quite a flat delivery at 95 or 94, his bad ball is definitely the drag down. That's the better area from him, because he gets a little more dip if he gets it fuller. Being a tall man, he will get some extra bounce. That one also only bowled at 89, so I would think he'd be advised to try and bowl many more of those kind of deliveries. Razam striking 183. It really feels like he's done anything out of the ordinary. He's just played normal cricket shot, hasn't he?
Yeah, amazing. I guess what it says is that there is space, absolutely, for classical players, really good batsmen who will play cricket shots. And this is with no disrespect to the new age shots that are played. I think they're fantastically skillful. But even those that don't play them and play the more traditional ones and get runs, get them quickly. That's not a good ball. It's too short, way too short. Easy enough to put behind square and to beat the sweeper. Over's gone for 10 with another 4, and there's another ball to go.
Yeah, it's a copy stick pace. It's 95, the highest speed again, and it's the drag down, which we're seeing quite a bit of from Linder today in particular. He was really good at the Wanderers, but too many of these today. This will be thinking about too. Linder's going to be trying to cut it off and does a brilliant job of his own bowling. So it's 11 from the over, just above what's required. 92 without loss. They're probably talking.
Garriant fully synthetic motor oil for engines to outperform.
ट्विस्टर के ऑरेंज फ्लेवर से मिले मस्ती को नया ट्विस्ट, अब बहुत से मजेदार फ्लेवर्स में भी।
जिंदगी की हर कहानी और हर घर का हिस्सा है पाक फैन, जिद्दत के 75 साल।
Service Tires.
Shouts of catch it, it's not going to carry. A miss hit. You'd expect that here miss hits would at the very least go to the fielder. Many times they go off the ground.
This was the variation of a wrist spinner can do. Just get that little miss hit. Sometimes pick you up a wicket.
I reckon he was chipped by the batter there. Good running. Good pressing.
Big dive into his ground there by Rizwan as well. Chitter-chatter saying maybe, oh, I'm not so convinced you picked that one. A bit of a sloppy shot from you. Don't let me get you out.
You're better than that, he'd say. You're number 1 in the world. I reckon Bubba would have said, so are you. They're matching each other, South Africa and Pakistan. Stride for stride. Yeah, not quite a sprint, I guess. At the same stage, South Africa are 94 without loss. Pakistan are 96 without loss. Who blinks first?
The There's two schools of thought. Maybe someone takes the responsibility of getting the job done. Maybe both guys just decide to try and hammer big sixes and boundaries from here on in. Get JP Duminy to shed more light on that for us in the next over. He's with Ramiz Raja.
What, just having a Harry? JP?
The 37-year-old has a different view to the 50-year-old.
Tommy, I can't believe he's picking on you.
Shot. Oh, yes, what a shot. That's excellent as a shot. Brings up 100 for Pakistan. 9 in that.
डैंड्रफ वापस आ गया तो शैम्पू बदलना छोड़ो, हेड एंड शोल्डर्स का बकायदा इस्तेमाल करें। खुश्की के जम पर असर 100% तक खुश्की मिटाएं और लौटने से रोकें, कंधे से बोझ हटा दे।
जो कोई नहीं कर सकता वही तो चैंपियन करता है। नया बेहतर सर्फ एक्सेल, इसकी स्टेन लिफ्टर टेक्नोलॉजी कपड़ों की तह में जाके सब सूखे दाग भी खींच निकाले। सर्फ एक्सेल, दागों का चैंपियन।
सर्विस टायर्स आला क्वालिटी इंपोर्टेड पॉलीमर्स से बने जबरदस्त नए ट्रेड डिजाइन्स।
ग्रिप सर्विस जैसी तो फिक्र कैसी।
मारियोस पास्ता है फन से भरा।
क्यों है ये दाग इतने इम्पॉसिबल?
लेकिन अब एरियल करेगा सब पॉसिबल।
एरियल में शामिल माइक्रो स्क्रबर की पावर कॉलर्स के जिद्दी दागों का सफाया सिर्फ एक धुलाई में।
अल्लूर ऑर्चर्ड प्रेजेंट्स वेस्ट मरीना, सिर्फ 2 लाख रुपए से बुकिंग, महाना किस्त सिर्फ 12,000 रुपए से। 042-111-333-987, a project of Al Jaleel developers.
Garriant fully synthetic motor oil for engines to outperform.
ये दिलकश रंग जमेंगे, सब मंजर हमसे सजेंगे।
10 overs.
Over the top, easily done. Batting like a Rolls Royce. Babar Azam on cruise control.
Sasanda Magala introduced into the attack with a majestic shot from Babar Azam. He struggled in the previous game, 50 or 50 balls, couldn't quite find his timing. But man, oh man, has he found it today. It's been an exhibition, as you mentioned there, Ramiz, of pure class.
Steely Riss works the ball away to a square leg. The running has been outstanding. Rizwan is a sharp runner, very quick between the stumps. Babar Azam generally bases his aggression on good running. He initially really gets cracking, gets going, but just maneuvering the ball into the gaps and looking for ones and twos. Magala, can he start a bit better here in this contest? No option, I guess, but to start like a whirlwind.
It's important to take learnings from particularly things that you've not got right. And if you think about that very first delivery that Rizwan faced, I know he's obviously faced a lot more now. What was clinical about that? He came down the wicket and he identified where the delivery is and then executed over extra cover. He didn't just come down and swipe. It was placed.
He left the crease late as well. That was the other good thing about that. No confusion, bit of confusion, direct hit, and Babar Azam would have been on his way back to the dugout. I think it was close. Extremely close, had to hit the stumps. Tiga is the call from Rizwan, which means it's all right, it's all right. We're still breathing, we're still existing.
Yeah, Babar Azam felt that he would have been running to the danger end. But Rizwan was well behind the 8 ball and firstly trying to see where the ball was. And if Shamsi had to throw it to the other end, it could have been an interesting contest. Goes the aerial route again. Babar Azam just falls short of Bjorn Hendricks.
They've been so cool and comfortable at the crease. They're discussing the shot, debating over it. I think initial response from Babar was that he didn't see the fielder and he was expecting the ball to go elsewhere. After 10.5, both teams same scores. 110 for one, plays 110 without a wicket. Into the gap once again, running, quick running from Rizwan. He has got to get to the keeper's end, makes it quite easily in the end. Plenty of action in the first 11. Pakistan merrily going along.
Hits it in the air. Will that be safe? What a magnificent performance.
Life का switch on.
सर्विस टायर्स आला क्वालिटी इंपोर्टेड पॉलीमर से बने जबरदस्त नाइट्रेट डिजाइन्स।
ग्रिप सर्विस जैसी तो फिक्र कैसी।
जिंदगी की हर कहानी और हर घर का हिस्सा है पाक फैन जिद्दत के 75 साल।
डैंड्रफ वापस आ गया तो शैम्पू बदलना छोड़ो, हेड एंड शोल्डर्स का बकायदा इस्तेमाल करें। खुश्की के जम पर असर 100% तक खुश्की मिटाएं और लौटने से रोकें। कंधे से बोझ हटा दे। हेड एंड शोल्डर्स।
Hits it in the air. Will that be safe? What a magnificent performance.
Life का
सर्विस टायर्स आला क्वालिटी इंपोर्टेड पॉलीमर से बने जबरदस्त नाइट्रेट डिजाइन्स।
ग्रिप सर्विस जैसी तो फिक्र कैसी।
Into the gap, beautifully placed, lovely bit of placement, come back for two. Once again, hardly ever seem to hit the ball hard. It's delectable caress, nothing more than that.
It's what makes him stand out so much in world cricket. The ability to time the ball as well as he does. Such elegance, and just feels like there's no effort really behind it. He's a beauty to watch, isn't he?
Bad ball, put away for four. Pressure is mounting. It's getting to Williams as well. What a strike. Babar Azam is operating at a strike rate of almost 190 now.
We saw Pakistan probably around the 13th, 14th over sort of making the decision to go the death route and variations and possibly New Yorkers as well. And you feel that it is a time in the innings where South Africa has possibly made that adjustment as well. That's where Zard Williams was looking, that Yorker option. Fortunate execution wasn't quite there.
It was to be expected. Every delivery will have a consequence. And so you've got to be on top of your game as a batsman, as a bowler. Can't afford to relax, because a dot can derail you. A wicket can get the rhythm out of your batting, and a boundary can give you a lot of hope. He's not a six hitter. He's miscued that one, and thankfully twice now in the last couple of overs that he's been lucky. Weight on the back foot. Babar Azam clearly not getting the middle part of the blade. Is he struggling? 75 he is, 47 minutes off. Batting and glorious batting. Just not his game hitting a six. May have sprained his wrist, I'm not too sure.